Hi everyone, this is Crystal and I'm back with my Thankful 30 for 2019. I am up to day 6. I want to apologize because I did mean to have this video up last week instead of this week, but I was sick, so I wasn't able to get this video finished. So I'm a bit behind. I'm still just going to do the 5 days for this video just because I don't want it to be too terribly long, but hopefully I can catch up next week. So I'm doing days 6 through 10 today. I already have all of my journaling done and typed up on cards. I have my photos printed and ready to go. I have my stamp sets ready to go for my numbers and all of my supplies here at hand. So I'm just going to jump right in and get started. Okay, so I'm starting with day 6, and as I've said probably 100 times already about this project, I'm keeping the pages really simple. So a lot of work went into creating the book and into typing up all of the journaling, and as for the rest of it, I'm just trying to keep it really simple and just get the pages done and in the album and documented. So this is day 6. The prompt for day 6 was the town, city, suburb, countryside that you call home. So I'm talking about the town that I live in and how much we enjoy being here and all the amazing things that happen here. There's lots of local music and lots of bands brought in too. So just talking about that, I have a picture of us out at one of the First Friday celebrations downtown from earlier this year. So I thought that was a fitting picture for this prompt. So I have added my number. If you saw my last video, you'll know that I pre-stamped a bunch of circles using the little wreath circle from the My Thankful 30 kit stamp, and I stamped them in lots of different colors that matched the journal cards that were in the kit, and I'm just choosing which one goes with each page and then adding a number from the Aster numbers set that's designed by Brandy Kincaid for Feature Craft, and the little day stamp from the My Thankful 30 stamp set as well. So that's what I'm using for my numbers. I'll use those for each of the days in this album. I am right now trying to cover up the little sticker that was on the back side of this page. So on the left side is a vellum page in my album, and I lined up the journal card to match with the journal card on the other side, but I had used a sticker at the bottom of that page, and you could see through to the back side of it, and I just wanted to cover that up. So I found another little phrase sticker from the Truly Grateful collection and cut it down so that it would fit just over where the sticker was showing through. I'm going to mount my photo with some navy blue paper just to bring in a little bit more blue, and I thought about using that little circle that I cut out of the cut apart sheet from the 6x8 paper pad from Truly Grateful, but it doesn't end up making it on this page. I will use it on one of the later pages, however. So I feel like it just needs a little something else. I do want to embellish a little bit, so I'm just looking through all the things that I had pulled out to go in this album, and I ended up choosing this piece from the ephemera pack from Truly Grateful. It says Happy Place, and I'm going to add that to the bottom of my photo and layer the number circle on top. Once I have that done, that's going to be it for day 6, and I can move on to day 7. Day 7's prompt was an item that makes your home a home. So I chose to write about a poster that we have hanging in our living room. It is a national parks poster, and it reminds us of one of our favorite places to visit, and it just makes our home feel much more like our home instead of just a place we're crashing, which is sometimes how it can feel. So that's what I wrote about, and I'm going to again use one of my circles to add the day, and then I'm also going to use these vellum leaves to add a little cluster next to my circle. So I pulled out the purple one because I'm using one of the purple cards. I wanted to bring some purple over to the left-hand side of the page, and I also grabbed a couple of the leaves in more neutral colors, and I'm going to layer those together and add them to the top of my photo. But first I felt like I needed something behind my photo, so I thought maybe I would mat it on some paper, but instead I choose to use one of the tags that came in the kit, and I'm going to add that as just a layer at the base of this page. And I'm using my little Xyron sticker maker to add adhesive to the back of these vellum die cuts because my my tape runner definitely shows through if you're on a light background. So because this is going at the top of my photo and it's white, and then there's that very light tag behind it, I wanted to be sure you couldn't see too much of the adhesive, so I used my Xyron sticker maker to glue those down, and then just made that little cluster and stuck it down to the page. So for the other side, again, I feel like it just needs a little something. So I'm going to use this scalloped edge from the Truly Grateful cardstock stickers, and I just cut it in about half so that I could fit it across the bottom of my journal card. And then I'm going to add another little vellum piece. This is a little blue vellum heart. Again, just using my Xyron to add some adhesive to the back of it. And then again, that's it for day 7, so I can move on to day 8. The prompt for day 8 was an appliance. So I chose to write about how I'm thankful that we have an Alexa, an Echo, and how when I'm away from home, I find myself often wishing I could ask Alexa what the time is, or what the weather's going to be, or to set a timer for something, or to set a reminder for something. So I've grown rather dependent on having a little assistant in the house, and it's actually kind of nice. So that's what I wrote about. I chose to map my photo with some pink paper to bring out some of the darker pinks that are in the 2 papers on this spread. And I will also add some more embellishments again, just a few, just to give it a little something and make it look just a little bit more exciting. I'm using the yellow circle, the wreath circle, to add day 8. And then I'm also going to add another floral cluster from the cardstock sticker sheet. I played around with it a little bit because I wasn't quite sure. I felt like it still needed something else maybe, but I end up just going with one of the floral clusters on the sticker sheet and adding it to the bottom of my journal card. I actually add it upside down. It's meant to sit kind of the other way, but because of the way my journaling was situated on the card and how much space I had at the bottom of the page, it actually fit much better if I just turned it upside down. And then it did hang off the page just a little bit, but I'll just trim off the edges with my scissors, and yeah, I kind of like how it interacts with the edge of that page. It still does need something else to my eye. So I end up pulling out this little baggie of die cuts. These are things that I had die cut from scraps from the Truly Grateful collection papers, just from random dies that I had. Just decided to cut some things to see if I could use up the scraps. And I had some little banners, and I think I'm going to add one of those next to my number. I'm just looking through to decide which one I want to use. I'm going to end up going with that lighter pink one, and then add it kind of at the top of the page and layer my number on top of it. And then to finish that off, I'm going to add just one tiny little heart from the cardstock sticker sheet that's kind of a copper foil heart. And then that's going to be it for day 8. So day 9, for that day's prompt, it was your mode of transportation. And I decided to take this in a slightly different direction. I decided to write about how much Jesse has flown this year. He has had quite a few trips for work, and thankfully all of his flights have been safe and without issue. So I just wanted to make note of that and write about how thankful I am that our airlines are well regulated and generally safe to fly. So I decided not to matte my photo for this one because it has a pretty nice white border on it, and I liked the way that it looked on that dark purple paper. I liked the contrast of it. So I didn't add any kind of matte to that photo. I'm just going to glue it directly down to the page. Same with the journal card. I just glued it directly down to the page. And because I'm talking about flights and flying, I decided to add a butterfly to this page because it kind of made sense to me, even though obviously airplanes and butterflies are very different things. It somehow made sense in my mind. So I'm going to use one of the little epoxy or puffy stickers, thickers that is, from the Truly Grateful collection, and add it to the top of my photo. The colors matched perfectly, and I thought it just worked. I also added a little puffy circle heart to the bottom of my journal card, and then I felt like it just needed one more thing at the bottom of my photo next to my my number circle, I'm going to end up adding this little banner sticker that says Happy Day. And then that's going to be it for day 9. So moving on to the last day for this video, day 10. Day 10's prompt was a TV show or movie. So I grabbed some screenshots of 4 of the shows we've been watching lately and wrote about how I like that TV gives me a way to shut my brain down and relax without obsessing over some of the things that I generally obsess about. So it's a good way for me to kind of shut down, especially towards the end of the day. And while it's probably not the healthiest way to relax, it does work. And I'm thankful that at least I have something that will help reduce my anxiety a bit and help me relax before bed. So I did mat that on some green paper. You may have seen I went away because I knew that this collection had some brighter green paper, and there wasn't any in the 6x8 pad, but I had the 12x12 paper. So I went away and found that and grabbed it to mat my photo, and then that ties in the green from the journal card on the right hand side, and I can glue those down. I also matted the journal card on some floral paper just to add a bit more color to the page. And then it's just down to embellishing. So I have that little right now circle. I decide to add it to this page. I am going to add the ampersand from the vellum die cuts from the My Thankful 30 kit to the center of those screenshots. I thought that worked well there, and I did just end up using my tape runner because it's a busy background. You can't see the adhesive through the back side. I really wanted to use this laugh sticker, but I couldn't find a place for it. I end up just adding it below the photo, but I'll come back to that in a minute. Right now I'm looking for something to add next to that right now circle, and I end up using a little phrase sticker that says perfection, and add that to the bottom of my journal card, and then eventually I will figure out that I can fit that laugh sticker below my photo, and then I'll go ahead and stick it down. And then I think I'm done. I totally forgot to add a number to the page, so I stop myself and remember to add a number, and I stamp out the number 10. I tried to be lazy and add both numbers to my stamp block at the same time and stamp it in the circle, but when I did that, there wasn't room for the little day stamp, so I end up having to restamp it, which is no big deal, but I should have known better, and in the future I will know to stamp each number separately so that I can fit all 3 stamps on this one little circle. It's going to be a tight fit, I think, for some of them, but I will find a way to make it work. So that is it for my next 5 days in my Thankful 30 album. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found some inspiration in this video. Everything that I've used in this album will be linked down below, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you all back here soon.